Hello everyone, I'm Dijan. I would like to share with you what this 10 Wisdom Goddesses program that I'm offering online is about. What drove me to create a program, why such a program is worthy of your attention, how it's going to really help you to make yourself a priority, how it will make this very accountability accessible so that you can create a life that you want to live, that is satisfactory for you, that really gives you the space to use your gifts and talents, that gives you the abundance, the happiness, the fulfillment, and maybe more important than all that, that gives you the ability to face, confront, and transform the challenges that life brings up for us, for all of us, in a insightful, in an authentic, in a centered way. So that's what this program is about, and let me tell you how I got into this work and how it helped me. When I first heard about the 10 Wisdom Goddesses, the Dasha Mahavidya, I wanted that power, as simple as that. They are power, they have the power to manifest things. If you want a great house, a luxury life, an amazing yacht, or if you want a hot boyfriend or a girlfriend, or if you want this, that. These were the energies that were invoked. Very practical. Maybe I didn't want a yacht, but I wanted a financially sustainable life that allowed me to travel. I didn't have that, and I wanted that. Or I wanted to learn why I was repeating certain patterns in my relationships and have a change. I was like, I want a partner like this. I want to experience this in my relationship, or I want to learn about that. And it happened. Or I wanted to know what was really driving me in this life. What was my purpose? Why am I here? What should I be doing? Because at that time I was already convinced that what I was doing professionally was not really serving as much as I'd like. It wasn't fulfilling me idealistically. It wasn't giving me joy. It wasn't giving me happiness. Of course, every kind of job has its, tedious parts that you have to endure. However, there is this fulfillment of, yes, I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing. There are ups and downs, there are struggles. However, I am feeling that my life is purposeful because I really looked inwards and saw what I need to be doing. So, there are so many chapters where I needed change. And that's what I hear from many, many participants and students and followers of my groups. When I ask the question, what are your challenges in life? There are always these wants. I don't want to be a warrior anymore. I want to receive. I want to have this sustainability in my life. I want to be connected to my nature. There are so many wants. And these are the powers that answer to those wants, that create that change we want. And that was very powerful for me at that time. And when I started working with them, all these changes started happening, but it was a very interesting process. It started first with a purification that allowed me to look deeper into myself, that allowed me to observe myself. What are my true wants, actually? Because many things that we think we want are not really our authentic desires. They are more the impositions of the life that we have led, of the social environment that we are in. So they help, the work with the 10 Wisdom Goddesses helps to find your true desires, to find the path where you want to direct your will and to generate that will. Another purification may be the shadows, the shadow parts of ourselves which are kept in the dark, which are too uncomfortable to look at. And that work brought them all onto the table And that's the only way to evolve. You need to shine light upon the shadow so that those dark parts that hold us back, the patterns, the limiting beliefs that were created because of those shadows can be transformed. So a big part of it was purification. And together with that purification and acceptance that many qualities, many things that I wanted were already in my life. This is such a big, strong realization. And those energies, the practices with those energies basically show you what sometimes is right in front of you. And they help you to let go of any barriers that you may have between what's meant for you and yourself. So these beautiful reminders of what you already have is also followed by a general trust that develops towards life. It always provides what you need. You are always taken care of. It's a need that we have, this trust to life that we usually lack. And this work with the divine feminine, with the creator of manifestation, helps. I also hear very often, I want to make peace with my inner masculine. I want to make peace with my inner feminine. This work brings that balance, brings that healing. And nobody comes with a question or desire like, I want to be enlightened, I want to be spiritually awakened. But actually, that's what they are for. They are there, the work is there for your spiritual liberation. Whether you consciously desire it or not, it's a yearning in all of us to end the separation, to feel one, to be in the flow. That's a subconscious desire that we all have, whether we are aware of it or not. So this work, the work with the 10 wisdom goddesses, basically provided me with the tools to live life fully and the tools for spiritual evolution. Everything in one package in a way. And that's why I'm so passionate about passing it on. I had more than a decade-long practice of self-study, of practice ritual, of mantra meditation, of very strong sadhana spiritual practice combined with a lot of teaching experience. And the learning will take forever. But I'm happy to pass on what I have put together. And how does that work? I wanted to make it a bit more easy to follow by structuring the work into the main chapters of our lives. First of all, the relation with the self. The relation, the pure connection with our insight, intuition, and needs. Then, the relation to the others, especially our romantic relationships. How can we bring healing? How can we bring energy? How can we bring new power to that? Then our professional life. How can we use our gifts and talents in a satisfactory way? How can we create a financial, professional system that really supports our truth? And obviously the spiritual evolution. How can all of this serve my spiritual evolution? And last, integration of all. So these are the chapters that I created. However, there is the space to add your own topics, your own priorities, because the material is partly on a teaching platform where I have a module for each goddess with discourses, rituals, yoga practices, guided meditations, self-reflection, everything, a complete package for each goddess that will guide you through this process, and a live support where we meet bi-monthly and have the mirroring of our peers and of myself, and we will all learn from one another. Also, there are some teachings that I would rather pass on directly. They are not in the platform. I'm sharing the knowledge and the initiations in live setting. Still, some may feel the need to have a more personalized support, so for every single participant there are 2 private sessions, each of them approximately 1 hour, to dive deep into your process. Although main chapters are there, there is the space to open up your individual chapter, whatever your need, your priority in your life is throughout the training process. The training process is 6 months long, and I still want to have this fluidity of working with the goddess. Divine Feminine, it comes sometimes intuitively. You may say, now I want to work with this energy more. And you may later on say, oh, I want to visit it back, or I want to study this later. Because of that, the teaching platform will be open for you for 1 year. You can go back and forth. So practically what happens once you sign up to the program, we start with Navaratri. This container opens up only twice a year during the time of Navaratri. Navaratri literally means 9 nights, is 9 days, actually a bit longer, dedicated to celebrating the Divine Feminine. So it's an auspicious time that is celebrated by millions, and it's an auspicious time where you will receive an initiation to the mantra coming from a lineage of classical Tantra, and there will be dozens and maybe hundreds of people meditating together with you at that time. So it's this, big fire of energy building up to give you the boost in the start that you may need, so that we make a strong start with the support of the goddess. And there's the element of surprise, because you will only know what the goddess it will be for that Navaratri a couple of weeks before, probably. So the energy, the starting energy, will be a bit of a surprise, and that's the flow of life, right? And afterwards, we are going to have a more structured order of the work according to the categories that I mentioned before. However, there's always the space for your fluidity. Then, once we make that start, we will be in that particular phase, we will be dedicating our practice to that goddess, and you will receive that mantra initiation. You will have the experience of doing a classical Tantra sadhana. It may be for some of you may say, that's not for me. That's for your experience. Then we will keep on meeting bi-monthly for the 6 months period, and that's how the journey will be shaped. And the personal meetings will be scheduled whenever we see fit, according to mutual interest and availability within those 6 months. However, the platform is totally self-paced. The teaching platform, you may choose to do a deep retreat with one goddess at this chosen time. Every second week there will be another goddess revealed to you in that platform. And you may say, I want to do a weekend retreat with that goddess and really dive deep and finish all the material on the platform, do all the practices, dive super deep into this. Or you may say, I'm going to take 15 minutes a day and just check one lecture or do a practice and so on, and just spread it into my life. You may say, this week I'm taking a break. I'm just going to be. And now I'm continuing. So this is totally self-paced according to also your life, your workload, your availability. So by the end of the program, you will have the guided process that takes you to your goals, that helps you reaching your goal. You are going to do the work, obviously, that will guide you towards your goals with life support. You will have a very rich teaching platform that you can complete in your own pace. You will have the experience of a classical Tantra sadhana. You will have the support, the continuous support of my private Facebook group, which I keep alive with lots of extra content, inspiration, Q&As, and also even bringing in practitioners who have the experience of the 10 Wisdom Goddesses sadhana. On top of it all, for the ones among you who are meditation and yoga teachers and who would like to use this inspiration in their own teachings, I provide a continuing education certification of Yoga Alliance, for a 200-hour teaching. So this will also be, let's say, a professional asset for you. And I already have several students who use the inspiration that they have from this program in their own teachings. They have their own ways of sharing the information about the 10 wisdom goddesses according to their own skills, according to their own interests, through ritual, through dance, through just bringing this energy into whatever they're doing in their own creative ways. So this is more or less the journey that I really put a lot of my passion, a lot of my enthusiasm, and of course all my knowledge that I gathered so far into. And I hope it will put this strong plant, this strong seed of a lifelong experience into your system. The mantra initiations you will receive will stay with you forever. Once the program is over, you can still go back to this practice every time, like I'm doing right now. Every time I feel a certain disconnection, I start the process with the Mahavidyas. I start the process with the 10 wisdom goddesses. Their mantra is the anchor to make me dive into it again and bring new light, new inspiration, new direction into my life whenever I need. So this is a gift for your entire life, and I hope you will give this gift to yourself if you have the calling. Feel free to ask any questions that you may have. You can send me an email on contact@dijan.co. For further details, you can check my webpage, dijan.co. You can text me on Instagram or Facebook. And if you have any personal questions, whether you are doubting if this is something for you or not, please feel free to share them with me, and I'll be happy to help you in this process. And looking forward to start this work with you. Thank you very much for your attention.